This is chapter 2, which is part of inorganic chemistry, and it is the chemistry of outer transition elements. Transition elements belong to the D block of the periodic table. This is the periodic table, and we know that the S block is located on the extreme left of the periodic table. P block is located on the extreme right of the periodic table. And between S and P block we have the D block, which means that D block is in the middle of the periodic table. Talking about the introduction, the elements that have the valence electron in the d orbital belongs to the D block or the outer transition elements. D block elements are located in the middle of the periodic table, which means it has intermediate properties between the S and P block. Now the question arises that why should we study the D block elements or even this chapter? The reason is simple, that the D block elements or the transition elements have great significance. So due to their versatile nature, they must be studied. And this includes this oxidation state. They show variable oxidation state, their catalytic activity, alloy forming ability, color complexes formation, magnetic behavior, and electrical conductivity. This significance leads to the advancement in technology in the various scientific fields. So this is the reason why the transition elements must be studied. Once you know the purpose of the topic, you will be having a better understanding of every topic. So this is why I tried to give you the purpose of why this thing should be studied. Series of the D block elements. The D block elements has a total of 4 series, and these series are lying in the different period in the periodic table. The first one is the 3D series, which belongs to the 4th period, and it starts from the scandium to zinc element, which is the last element. In our course, we will be only focusing on the 3D series. The second series is the 4D series, which belongs to the 5th period, and the elements are yttrium to cadmium. The third is the 5D series, which belongs to the 6th period, and the elements that belong to this series are lanthanum till mercury. Mercury is the only liquid metal. 6D series is the 7th period, and the elements that belong to this series includes from actinium to copernicium. These series of the D block elements, you get this in your multiple choice question, in which they ask you that the 4D series belongs to which period. So you can tick on the 5th period and you get full marks. Or they ask you that the 5D series of the 6th period includes the elements from. So you can easily select lanthanum to mercury and you get full marks. So this is mostly for the multiple choice question. You can easily remember it by 3, 4, 5 and 6. And the order is in increasing order. So 3D is for the 4th is for the 5th period, 5D is for the 6th period, and 6D is for the 7th period. Now talking about the general features of the transition elements that belong to D block. They are between the S and P block. They are the metals. As they are metals, it means they will have a metallic luster, they will have a shiny appearance. They are hard. Eventually, if it is metal, so it is solid, and solid is hard. Then they have high density. High density means they are denser material. There are two terms that we mostly study or mostly read, that is, we say that metals are malleable and ductile. By malleable, it means that that metal can be drawn into sheets. For example, you have a copper, and copper metal can be drawn into sheets. It has sheet. You have sheets of the copper metal. That means the metal is malleable. and you have the wiring of copper at home. So it means that copper can be drawn into wires. So for that we use the term ductile. Malleable means it can be drawn into sheets. For ductile, it means it can be turned or drawn into wires. They have high melting and boiling points. Their atomic radius is intermediate. Why intermediate? Because the elements possess the middle position in the periodic table between the S and P block. Therefore, they have intermediate atomic radius. This is a table that shows the physical properties of the 3D series of the outer transition elements. In this table, you can see that we have atomic number, the atomic size, their ionization potential values, melting point, boiling point, and electronegativities. In our course, we have the 3D series, so we will be focusing on the 3D series which belongs to the fourth period, and the elements that are included in this series is scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron which is ferrous, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. So these 10 elements from the 3D series of the fourth period will be studied here in the chapter number 2, which is chemistry of outer transition elements, as this is included in our course. These are the general properties. So to study the significant properties that I discussed earlier, we will have separate videos for each property. This is one of the most important questions that you get in your board examination in both short as well as descriptive. I will share the group trends for each of the general property of the transition elements along with the notes that how you can attempt this question in your board examination. This is all for today. So today we discussed the introductory part. If you have any question regarding this, you can reach out, and this should be all for today. Thank you. Make sure that you watch the videos completely. I can see that you guys are giving good response on the previous video. The purpose of making these videos is to have greater knowledge in terms of these students so they can attempt their board exams in a better way. Because when we go through the copies, most of the students, I am sure that they know the content but they know how to answer it or how to report it in the examination. So this is why make sure that you watch the videos completely. This is all for today. Thank you.